Look how close they are, 215 miles an hour, not too much room in between.
This is 3 straight laps where these guys, neither one of them has given an inch. Listen to the throttle. You don't think that these guys are working hard? Think again.
Marty, I've done this. Whoa, they are rubbing tires.
Guys, that's too close, man. I'll tell you what, this is getting hairy out there right now.
Marty, you see Rusty's jumping around in his seat over there? Look at this, 3 wide. Man, I'm glad I'm up here.
I'll tell you what, because Wheldon's on the outside. If Helio comes up, I mean, Wheldon's got to watch Helio because he's making that tight move, and if Helio comes up, they're both out of there.
Jerry?
Helio just said he's hard to hold the car. It's slipping, it's sliding. He said it's not as good as it, nearly as good as it was 50 laps ago. He said, I'll try to hang on, but this car is not gripping. I'm sliding all over out here.
Well, if he slips too far, whoa, like that, we're going to have a major accident.
And why is the car slipping? It's slipping because of those new wing angles that we have. Drivers want to be brave. They want the speed. Not much, and they are touching.
Oh, man, this is getting awfully dicey. And there's Dario Franchitti in the 27 car. He's looking to the outside. Here comes Hornish through. We've got 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and Dixon gets out of it.
I'm telling you what, he's getting his wingman. Helio's got Hornish coming right now. Hornish is getting ready to work that bottom lane and pull up behind Castroneves. And Castroneves is needing a drafting partner right now because Wheldon is wearing Castroneves out.
Gets behind him, looks for that little bit of a draft now to try and launch himself forward on the high side.
Next time by, 10 laps to go. Helio gets a little bit of a breather. He's got some open air, finally. But here comes Wheldon again.
Marty, you just a moment ago mentioned it. There's not a person sitting down in these seats around here right now. They're all standing.
Here comes Dan. He's going to try that outside again. Question for you guys. Could he have worn out the tires with all that earlier maneuvering? Has he got a little wear here, and that may be why he can't get back up on him?
Well, he's taking the spark off the tires, and Helio did the right thing, guys, because he made him go around the high side, the long side. Now, I will tell you that in the last lap, turns 3 and 4, typically here, the high side is the fastest. Is Danny Wheldon just going to sit back right now and not show his hand because he knows he might be able to get the job done? We saw him lead a couple of times on the high side off of 3 and 4. Is he just playing it smart and waiting?
No way he's playing it, Sir Scott. You know, he's trying to get the pass down right now. He's worried about Hornish behind him. And I got to tell you, I'm looking outside, and this huge crowd is going nuts here at Miami.
Let's check in with Jerry.
2 years ago, Helio Castroneves was passed with less than 10 laps to go to give up the win here at Homestead. He promised his team, guys, that will never, ever happen again. Not with less than 10 to go. I've never won here, and I desperately want it, and I'm going to give it to you. He made the promise. The question is, can he keep it?
7 laps to go. It's Castroneves, Wheldon, Hornish, Franchitti, Dixon, the top 5. Anybody makes a hiccup, the other guys are going to say bless you and pass you.
We don't see them making any adjustments on the car. His hands are just basically sitting up there like he's driving down the highway at 10 and 2. No adjustments really going on right now inside the car. Maybe the car is as best it can be. Rusty, I really do think he's going to pop out with a lap to go and show Castroneves what he's got.
Well, I'll tell you what, he just might do that, but I can guarantee you right now, Roger Penske and Chip Ganassi, their hearts are pumping so hard they're ready to jump out of their body, buddy. Let me tell you.
I'm up here. My heart's pumping, man.
All the preseason picks said it was a Team Penske and Team Target Ganassi that were going to be the battle up front. Well, here we are in the first race. 5 laps to go, and guess what? It's Team Penske and Chip Ganassi's racing team going 1, 2, and 3.
Look at Penske. He doesn't even want to look at the track. He's so nervous, man. I'm telling you what, this is side-by-side racing.
Yeah, forget about the fact he's won 13 Indy 500s. Every time you come to this kind of moment, you are nervous. Here we go.
Boy, I tell you what, I can see the old Talladega-style slingshot getting ready to happen here pretty soon.
Only difference is they're doing it about 30 miles an hour faster than a Talladega.
They're doing a 215.00 Castroneves just run compared to Wheldon's 214.8. These dudes are flying.
Wheldon again looking to the high side. Man, and that sun is getting worse and worse every lap. 4 to go.
Watch Castroneves' car because it's starting to dance around. He's working so hard to keep it on the low side, guys. Watch the back end of that car. It's just starting to hop around the road a little bit.
Trying to break up the draft. Elio still hugging the bottom of the racetrack. He's telling Wheldon, if you want it, you're going to have to do it on the high side. And this time by 2 to go.
And it's hard for Castroneves to hold that bottom lane now. These tires are starting to wear a little bit. He's been running them awful hard.
I can guarantee you that last lap he'll be looking in his mirrors to exactly see where Wheldon is, and especially that run through 3 and 4 in that last lap where typically this race is always won.
We're coming down to the final lap through 3 and 4. You're on board with Dan Wheldon. There is the glare one more time. White flag.
White flag.
Does Dan Wheldon have anything left? If he's got it, he's got to pull it the trigger now. Castroneves lives in nearby Miami, has never won here. Here we go, down the backstretch. Wheldon on the high side, side by side, through 3. Who's going to win it? Coming to the home stretch. Castroneves on the inside, Wheldon on the outside, at the stripe. It is Wheldon. Wheldon beats Castroneves. His 10th career win, second straight here at Homestead. And again, heartbreak for Elio.
I couldn't believe it. Wheldon on the outside by a foot. Now when you get outside of turn 4, man, hey, give me 5 of that one.
I told you.
You called it, Scotty. You did. Amazing run out of Wheldon. What a race here at Miami Homestead Speedway today.
That last lap, 215.1 miles an hour. Nobody lifted. I know one thing. I need to take a break because I'm out of air.
Listen how calm he is, though. He's just actually talking like not a whole lot happened. Man, oh man, this guy is a true champion.
Unbelievable finish. And how many times have we seen this in the Indy Racing League?
Anybody that says the Indy Racing League doesn't have some of the best side-by-side finishes are crazy. These cars were incredible today. I've never seen such grip, such talented drivers. Castroneves and Wheldon side-by-side, a half an inch apart, bump of wheels for 3 or 4 laps in a row, Scott.
Now, if I was going to start a team and needed a driver, I came to you to hire you. Would you drive?
Heck no, I wouldn't drive. I told you a long time ago I wouldn't get out of an electric chair to drive one of these hot runs.
Let's go back. The margin of victory, 14 1,000th of a second. And that's what it looked like at the finish line with Dan Wheldon getting Elio Castroneves at the stripe.
Well, I'll tell you what, old Chip Ganassi, I know him. You know, he's got a little bit of a belly on him. I'm sure that baby's poked out pretty big right now walking the victory lane.
That margin of victory, the 14 1,000th of a second, the 9th closest in IndyCar Series history. And look at that.
And Elio's thinking, oh, Sam, I wish you were here to help me. Just couldn't get up there. You got to feel really bad for Castroneves. What a great hot rod he had today. Team Penske cars were flawless throughout the day. They had great horsepower, great handling. We could see earlier, guys, that Wheldon's handling was getting better and better. He's working that top groove and getting that momentum going. It was really looking good for him.
Well, he's climbing out of his race car, and you can hear the cheers down in victory lane as the helmet will come off. And Dan Wheldon has won the season opener. And if you remember last year when he won here, he went on to win the championship. Is this a sign of things to come once again? Well, we've still got 13 more races with the next one coming up just next week. But right now, the celebration continues on what was a dramatic finish to another great IndyCar Series event. And there was Dario Franchitti. He finished in 4th. And let's go to Jamie Little.
Well, Marty, that was the 9th closest finish in IndyCar Series history. And Dan Wheldon, all of us, I don't think anybody in here took a breath, including your new boss, Chip Ganassi. How did this whole program come together so quickly for you, Dan? You had a new engineer, a new team.
Well, I think what's very important about today is our thoughts and prayers are with the Dana family and everybody at Ray Hal Letterman. It's, you know, it's a very, very sad day. And I think hopefully we put on a good race, which I think we did. And, you know, the IndyCar Series never fails to do that. I think it's certainly a very entertaining series and probably one of the most competitive in the world. But just a very, very sad day.
We know that you ran his number on your side pods here, and I'm sure he was motivating you out there just knowing you had to put your head down and go to the grindstone. Let's talk about the closing laps with Elio Castroneves, though, Dan. You guys even touched multiple times we saw. Take us through it.
You know, that's the thing about the IndyCar Series. I think everybody respects one another an immense amount, and you could see, you know, that we could run very, very close.